hope you guys have been doing well. This is going to be a general collective message for whoever needs to hear it at this moment. Trying something different because people focus too much on their zodiac sign. So let's see what Spirit has to say for the collective that is watching this video right now. Let's see what's going on with you guys. I heard surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Okay, let's see. Let's pull some cards for our base. What is the current energy of this collective? Okay. First thing that's coming out is a lack of exploration for you guys. Let's see what this is about. Okay, collective. So the first thing that I'm picking up on is a lack of exploration. A lack of exploration because of old stories, right? So this is going to be about what I'm picking up on is a lot of you guys are letting your old stories kind of keep you stuck, if that makes sense. Whether it's you failed before in the past, right? Or you didn't have enough support in the past, or this relationship didn't work out in the past. Things like that, right? Like something is keeping you stuck. Something from the past is keeping you from exploring what Spirit wants you to explore. Let's get some more cards. Yeah. And it feels like there's an opportunity that recently came to you guys, but because of past trauma or past like stories or old stories, you're not looking at it, right? Like it feels too good to be true. This could even be like, oh, okay, like you went through a whole bunch of, unhealthy relationships in the past. So now there's somebody that's bringing you healthy love and you're not understanding how to accept it, right? You don't know how to accept it. You don't know how to react to that because you're not used to what that feels like, right? Or what's another example? Yeah, for some of you guys, I just looked down. You have the Three of Swords reversed, and then you have the Five of Wands right behind that. For some of you guys, it could just be any connection too. It doesn't have to be romance. So it could be like a friend, right? Like maybe this is a friend coming back from the past, but you guys had a little bit of an argument or conflict in the past, so you're just like, I don't know how to come back forward. Um, Really, Spirit is asking you, are you operating from wisdom or fear? Are you operating from your wisdom or your fear? Because with all connections, right? With all connections, there's something that you have to learn, whether it felt like a good relationship or a bad relationship, because all relationships come into our life to help us learn something, right? So whether it was quote unquote good or bad, are you operating from fear from that connection and projecting that onto new connections? Or are you operating from wisdom, right? So, for example, if in past connections, you had to really, really like learn boundaries because your boundaries were crossed a lot, right? And you get back into the dating world or the friendship world or whatever, whatever, and then there's somebody that comes and they text a little bit too slow. And one of your boundaries is, I need you to text fast, right? And it's like as soon as that person doesn't text fast for one day, and you're just like, forget this is a red flag, da da da, I'm gonna walk away, da da da, right? Or is it operating from wisdom? You know what? I'm gonna stick a pin in this because I've seen this before, and in the past it turned out to be this way. But I'm gonna continue to walk until Spirit shows me, like, confirms to me that this is the same energy. Did I learn or do I need to walk away? Right? Make sure you're not operating from fear, y'all. Like things happen to us in the past, but it's always to give us some wisdom to become a better person today, right? It's always to help us elevate, and a lot of us don't know how far we've come until we're put in situations again, right? So a lot of people believe that they're healed, but really, I mean, they might have been doing the work, but until they get in front of somebody and see if they're still triggered by certain things, they're not gonna know if they're healed for real or not, right? So yeah, a lot of you guys, strength in the world. A lot of you guys, Spirit is trying to usher in something new for you. For a lot of you guys, it really is. I guess I'm using relationship examples for a reason because it's coming in a lot, right? Connections, partnerships. Spirit is trying to usher in new energy, but it feels like some of you guys are scared. Some of you guys are scared. What else, Spirit? Some of you guys are scared. And what I would say for that is you have to, and I was talking to this about this to somebody before. when you are scared to run into the same energies again or to run into the same situation again, it's a lack of trust in yourself, right? It's a lack of trust in yourself. So you have to ask yourself, or you have to tell yourself, like, I trust myself enough. I went through this situation, I learned from it, I grew, I elevated. I trust myself enough to have the discernment to avoid this situation in the future, or to see, to immediately pick up on if this is the same situation in the future, right? Whether that's friends, partnerships, connections. This could apply to work and stuff too, y'all, or like career, right? But for some reason, like connections is coming up for me a lot. But if this is work, right? Like maybe in the past you didn't want to go into entrepreneurship because you tried this one idea and it fell, and you know what I'm saying, and you lost money and da 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 da. That doesn't mean that you're not meant to ever be an entrepreneur, right? So for that example, it could be that spirit gave you guys a new download, something to create, right? And you're like, oh, I don't really want to put money into this again because last time da da da, woo woo woo, and then you just don't try, right? So be careful not to operate from fear from the past. Operate from wisdom. Do not operate from fear. Operate from wisdom. Okay? Yeah, you guys. Okay, what else, Spirit? What else is it like you need to know? Do not operate from fear. Operate from wisdom. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Okay, let's see what this Knight of Swords is about. And like when I'm hearing Ashe too, I feel like a lot of you guys don't, because they're saying trust your Ashe more, right? So trust that like you have the energy to shift things. Trust that your energy is powerful, right? So if you're a spiritual worker, it's almost like somebody that like manifests, but then they don't really believe that it's going to come true because maybe in the past it didn't come through, or maybe it just came through differently. You're not realizing that you actually did manifest what you were asking for, right? It's just in a different package. Something like that, right? Trust your Ashe more. Trust that whatever you're asking for, if it's meant for you, it's going to come to you, right? Trust your Ashe a little bit more because, yeah, and they just said trust in yourself, right? You're not going to end up in the same situation if you trust yourself, you trust your spiritual team, you trust God, and you trust your discernment. You're not going to end up in the same situation. If you avoid things because of that fear, it's because you don't trust yourself, right? It's because you don't trust yourself. A lot of you guys too, just understanding yourself and getting to know yourself better, right? This makes me feel like a lot of you guys need to understand like what truly are your boundaries, what are your morals. That way you understand yourself better. So when there's something outside of you that doesn't agree with you, like you pick up on it quicker because you know yourself, you know your energy, you know what you like and what you don't like, what you want to accept and what you don't want to accept. But if you don't take the time to know yourself and know what feels good and what doesn't feel good, and do your shadow work and be honest with why you're attracting these things outside of yourself, you're going to keep running into the same situations and then you're going to build less trust with yourself. Does that make sense? Like, this is really about trust. Because Spirit is really, didn't I say Spirit is really trying to new connections and new income, right? Like new opportunities. You have the Ace of Cups and you have the Ace of Pentacles. That Spirit saying like, if you're willing to, we are here. We're waiting to usher in a new connection, a new love, new partnership, new business venture, whatever it is that resonates with you. They're waiting to bring it in, but they're waiting for you to have the confidence. You have confidence right here. They're waiting for you to have the confidence, and you have rebirth right behind it, but it's reversed, right? So some of you guys just need to believe that you could do it. Believe that you are worthy of a beautiful, healthy partnership. Believe that you are worthy of making 6 figures a month. Believe that you are worthy of a beautiful friendship circle. Believe that you are worthy of a sisterhood, right? Like you really have to build confidence and know that the universe is going to bring you that. Right now, they're holding back a little bit of abundance because they're just like, you don't really believe it yet, right? You don't really believe it yet. And so if they give it to you, if they give you that partnership or they give you that business idea, but you're still lacking in confidence, you're going to sabotage it. Does that make sense? You're going to sabotage it, right? You have Temperance reversed, and then you have Two of Cups reversed, right? And I just heard learning from past mistakes, right? So what was the mistake? And I don't really even think anything is a mistake, right? But when they're saying that, really figuring out what was the pattern and how to avoid that pattern or how to manifest that pattern if it was a good pattern and you're trying to bring it back in, right? What was the mistake? Right? Was it having better discernment? Was it listening to your intuition better? Was it trusting yourself? Was it moving quicker? Because I'm seeing some of you guys move a little bit too slow, especially with the entrepreneurship aspect or the income aspect. You move a little too slow with your ideas. Spirit gives you ideas, and then you just sit on it. Just sit on it. You just say, you like that? That's cute. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll do it next month. Maybe I'll do it in a year. Or for some of you guys, it's just contracts that you're creating with yourself that you're constantly breaking, right? I'm going to start eating healthy tomorrow. And then you go to McDonald's the next day. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh, I'm gonna have higher standards, but then you go out with a man that is just talking about how much he don't like women and how he don't want to pay for their meals, right? Like, you gotta like be honest with yourself. I just saw the chat, but it went away. Where did it go? Okay, wait, let me see. Oh, I didn't see your comment. I didn't see your comment. It went away. But yeah, it's like really, really like learning from that, right? Like, what was the past mistakes? Oh, there it goes. Okay. It says, girl, you are talking to me. I've been tested on what is going on with me. Yes, realizing that I am the one standing in my way, my self esteem, my belief pattern. I can't see the rest, but yes, 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 right? Yeah, being honest with yourself about that. Be really honest with yourself about that. Like, why are you attracting that again and again and again? And a lot of us won't. You kind of have to put yourself back in these situations, right, to see what it is, to see if you grew. So it's almost like somebody that went through some trauma, right? And then they isolated themselves, they did their work, you're doing your shadow work, you're doing your manifestations, but you haven't yet put yourself back out in the world to see if you did grow, right? If you're actually applying what you are wanting to apply. I'm trying to apply boundaries, right? But how could I know if I'm ready to or doing it if I'm not outside in the world interacting with people that might trigger me, and it's a lesson for me to set those boundaries, right? It's almost like you guys are doing the work but avoiding the test, if that makes sense. Doing the work, right? Studying, but you're not doing the test. You're not going outside and letting the world test you to see, did you pass this? Did you learn what you were supposed to learn, right? So, so it's honestly, this is really because I don't necessarily feel for this collective that there's a lot of work to do. I don't feel that. I feel like it's confidence that you did do the work, confidence that you can apply it, and confidence that whatever you want the outcome to be, it's gonna be that, right? It's just confidence. Confidence that you know what you know, confidence that you are who you are, right? You are who your ancestors are saying you are. Confidence that your ancestors got you no matter what, right? Um, this is yeah. The only work that I feel that may still need to be done is a lot of there's inner turmoil, right? So that makes me feel like there's a lot of head and heart battles, right? When you have like a lot of anxiety, when you're trying to do something and that anxiety takes over like crazy, usually it's because there's something in your intuition you're fighting, right? So ask yourself, am I going against my intuition right now? Or am I walking into my intuition, right? Is this anxiety or is this fear? Because I know that this step is going to be great for me and change something in my life, right? Like, be honest with yourself. There's a lot of inner turmoil that's happening, right? And with that, again, honestly, it feels like the solution is to go outside. The solution is to be in the universe and allow those triggers to come to you. You guys need to go out, put yourself out more, right? So if it has to do with relationships, go on a date and see, okay, I've been doing a lot of work on myself. I've been doing a lot of shadow work. So now let me go on a date and see if I integrated that, what I learned, right? This is about going out in the world and letting the world be your test. Are you ready to be an entrepreneur? Are you actually ready for a relationship? Are you actually ready for a friendship that you may have to show up in a little bit better, right? Like maybe you weren't the best of friends, or maybe you weren't doing what you expect your friends to do for you, right? But you got to go out in the world and allow the universe to trigger you a little bit. It's like, yeah, it sounds kind of bad, but you got to let the universe trigger you a little bit, right? Just to see like, where are you at now? Did you actually apply what you were supposed to apply, right? For some of you guys too, it's almost like you continuing to only stay in your own energy. How do I say this? Some of you guys are too comfortable just in your masculine energy, right? And it doesn't matter if you're male or female watching this. It's almost like you're too comfortable in one energy, whether it's the feminine or the masculine. This is coming up as too comfortable in the masculine energy, right? So what does that mean? That means you're comfortable being the one that puts a lot of output, right? Like, okay, let me just do it myself. Let me do the work. Let me do this. Let me do that. But you have to get more comfortable with receiving, right? And this makes sense because the universe is trying to bring you something, but because your confidence is lacking and you're staying in your masculine energy, like let me just do the physical work because you're not comfortable receiving from the universe. That's feminine energy. You're not comfortable with it'll come to me. It'll come to me. It'll be mine, right? Instead, it's like, oh, this candle didn't work. Let me just go and get a job. Blah, 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 blah. Instead of being like, you know what? No, the universe is gonna bring it to me, right? Or oh my God, I'm single. Let me just go on a dating app because I'm lonely. No, just trust that the universe is gonna bring it to you, right? So this is about being comfortable in your feminine energy, being comfortable that whatever is for you is going to come to you. Also being comfortable receiving from others, right? So when they're talking about connections, for example, being comfortable with setting your standards a little bit higher and receiving more from whoever you want to be your partner, right? Instead of what's a good example? How do I say this? Because it's going to be different for everybody, right? Everybody has different dating standards, right? So this is just an example. I'm not saying this is the right way or the wrong way, but if you are somebody in the past that like the bare minimum was good for you, right? Like just come over to my house and let's just Netflix and chill all day. Like you could just, as long as you text me once a day, that's fine, right? Like just, you're okay with just receiving less, right? But now it's about, no, I deserve more. Like you should be taking me out, right? For our first date, take me somewhere nice. Or I prefer an activity, or I prefer a picnic. Like raise your standards and be trusting that the spirit universe is gonna bring it to you. You're gonna receive that, right? That way, if somebody's in front of you that's not doing that, you're like, oh, this must not be for me because that's not what I told the universe I want to receive. That's not what I told the universe I want to receive. When a job comes in front of you and it's $5 less than what you wanted it to be, oh, that must not be the job. That's not for me. Is that for you? Because that's not what I want to receive, right? Like being more comfortable with receiving more, right? Because a lot of you guys were giving until you're hitting burnout. It's a lot of external energy and not enough receiving. I receive. It comes to me. Let me let other people give me charity. Let me let other people show up for me. Let me let other people, give me birthday gifts and be okay with it. Right? Like, this is really about, look at all this beautiful feminine energy just waiting. You have the Queen of Cups and you have the Queen of Pentacles. This is about connections and career, right? It's coming up a lot. It's connections or career, but it's reversed, right? You have the Empress. Beautiful. Look at all this beautiful energy. All this beautiful energy just waiting, and it's all reversed. So a lot of you guys need to be more comfortable in your feminine power, right? Again, it's just the energy. Doesn't mean be more feminine. No, it's just the energy. A lot of you guys need to be more comfortable in your feminine power. That's what's going to help you grow your intuition, and growing your intuition is going to help you navigate the world a little bit easier because you're going to trust yourself. You know your intuition, right? Y'all, I'm always dropping cards, so don't mind the back of my head for a second. I gotta pick these cards up. Ooh, because spirit be hot. You're dropping it all over the place. So let's pull some oracle cards and see what's going on. Yeah, even the Wheel of Fortune. They're waiting to like bring you guys something better, but they're waiting for you to grow. They're waiting for you to feel worthy, right? Because I feel like a lot of you guys, my heart is just getting like heavy. Because I feel like a lot of you guys have so many big dreams, right? And I don't know why, I feel like a lot of emotions too. So some of you guys might have been very emotional about this. What it feels like is somebody that like has all these big dreams and you can't figure out why you can't just get out of your own way. Why can't I just get out my own way? Why can't I just believe in myself enough to take this big step? Why can't I like have enough boundaries to keep healthy relationships around me? Why can't I just be confident enough to go to that event and speak about my business, right? It's this energy of just like feeling like you're in your own way. And it's true because really the only thing in y'all's way right now is you. It's your mindset, right? And the heart chakra is what you are willing to receive or what you think you're worthy of receiving. Does that make sense? Somebody said that anytime I'm speaking straight from spirit, I always say, does that make sense? And it's true. Because who am I saying, does that make sense to? I'm saying it to myself because I'm like, I'm just channeling, right? I'm just like, does that make sense? I don't know. Um, yeah, it's like this heavy, heavy, like, and the only reason why you guys are feeling that is because you know how great your spirit, your soul knows how great you're supposed to be, right? And so it's starting to feel uncomfortable. Like, I know I'm supposed to be greater. What the heck is stopping me? What's stopping me? What's stopping me? Right? What is stopping me? Defense. You have defense, right? This makes me feel like that's that masculine energy to protect myself from things that I've experienced in the past. I'm just going to operate this way. But like I said in the beginning of this message, are you operating from fear or are you operating from wisdom? Right? Are you operating from fear or are you operating from wisdom? Right? Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of energy. Let's see what else. Change, reverse. Success, reverse. Didn't I just say protection? They're trying to usher in a new blessing for you, but you're in this energy of defense. To protect myself, I'm just not going to try. To protect myself, I'm going to take the smallest steps that I can. To protect myself, I'm going to keep procrastinating because I'm scared to fail if I do start. To protect myself, I'm just not going to talk to that person anymore, even though I need closure. Right? There's something that you guys are being a little bit stubborn about. And it's like getting over that stubbornness is what's the key to bringing in this success, right? So this is either changing your mindset. You have mindfulness right there. So it could be mindset, changing your habits, changing your whatever it is. You guys know what it is, right? Because this is a collective message. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, right? And make it fit for how it fits to you. But you're in your own way. Spirit is really, really waiting for y'all. And it feels like a lot of you guys know exactly what you're supposed to do, but it's the consistency that you need to continue, right? Continue to be consistent. Consistently stay on top of your practices. Consistently show up for yourself, right? Especially your practices because you have magical power here and you have good fortune. So that example that I gave earlier, some of you guys are very spiritually gifted, but because things don't come super quick, you kind of doubt yourself and then you don't stay on top of things. Right? You're like, oh, okay, let me just not light that candle this week, or let me not take the spiritual bath this week. Whole time it does have a really big impact. But because you don't see how great you are yet, you're just like, oh, okay, like you don't take it seriously. Right? But for some of you guys, the spiritual practice, staying on top of your spiritual practice is what's gonna help you. Right? So, oh, it's a lot, y'all. But you have to get out of your own way. You have to get out of your own way. It'll be a very beautiful, didn't I just say willpower? Consistency. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. The idea, the download, whatever it is, it already came to you. It's about staying consistent. Consistently staying in your power as well, not letting people knock you out of your power, right? Because it feels like in the past, people might have knocked you out your power. All right, so what's coming in for the collective? Don't operate from fear, operate from wisdom. I just keep hearing it. Just keep hearing it. Wow. Concealment. So it's almost like, look, concealment, reverse, and then finding love. For a lot of you guys, it is love. It is love. It's love. Love or whatever you're passionate about, right? If you're a creative, like whatever you are passionate about, it's time to kind of really step into that power. And it's almost like some of you guys are scared to show your art too, whatever it is that you're passionate about, whether it's singing, blogging, DJing. It's almost like you're kind of scared to show what you're passionate about based off of past stories. So it could be that you thought you were good at it, or you know you're good at it, and then people make you feel like you're not that good, right? Things like that. So just apply the wisdom that you've gained along your spiritual journey so far, right? Because spirit doesn't, for some of you guys, because it's creativity reverse, right? So some of you guys, it is a creative project, but spirit doesn't put you through pain just because. Spirit doesn't put you through pain just because. Spirit puts you through these lessons because it could feel like pain, but sometimes it's not pain, right? That's just it's personal, right? To you, it might feel like pain. To other people, it might feel like sadness, yada, yada, yada. But they don't put you through that for no reason. They put you through that for you to learn some type of wisdom so you could apply it in the future and get stronger and elevate and elevate and elevate and elevate, right? Even when we're going through issues like in partnerships or financial issues, it's never because spirit doesn't like us. It's because spirit is trying to teach us something to help us elevate, right? So, yeah, you guys will be good though. But this is about building your confidence. Let me pull a final card. What does Spirit want you guys to know? What does Spirit want you guys to know? What does Spirit want you guys to know right now? And I just heard acknowledge rest. So some of you guys need to, it's almost like learning how to balance action versus like rest, right? Like don't kick yourself for taking a break. Because for some of you guys, it feels like you try the consistency and then you kind of fall off and you beat yourself up. Don't do that. Just continue to be calm with yourself and show up, right? So the card that you guys have is I am happy. I take control of my happiness. When my happiness depends on others' actions, I am at the mercy of things I cannot control. Instead, I choose to cultivate consistent happiness by focusing on the things I love about myself. I am happy. What did I say? You have to know your own energy. That way you are in control. You know what you want to accept. You know what you don't want to accept. You know what lessons you went through because lessons are different for everybody, right? You know what lessons you went through. You know what you're supposed to take from it. And that way you control your destiny, right? I know what I'm going to accept. I know what I'm not. I know what to dodge. I know what to go towards. I know myself. I know what I love. I know what I hate, right? So know yourself. Know thyself a little bit better, right? And then you'll be just fine. But it's time for you to kind of just unlock your fear of being great. Unlock it. Get that shit out the way and step into your power, right? Because you guys have a great start that's waiting for you. However, it's not gonna come if you're not confident. It's not gonna come if you don't believe in yourself enough to sustain it, right? So, yeah, that's the message I have for you guys. I hope it resonates. Definitely make sure to like, comment, and let me know how it resonates. Share it with a friend that you think this will help. And I will see you guys next time. All right? Bye.